This video is sponsored by Gamos Metal Cruise 2023.
Amassing the bodies and pits as they die, sentient and filthy they rot. Flammable and singing, discarded like waste. For the fire of the handgun, you played it all wrong. And soul and valor.
Doom death metal hails from Belgium. This one is Gateway with the second album Galgendood. This is a one-man project, and one could make the claim as such. This is a kind of a bedroom death doom, whereas bedroom black metal bands exist. This one is out through Transcending, Obscurity, and it's supposed to come out later as LP version, which is exactly the reason why this is relatively timely fashion here on Rauta. This one comes with a sticker, as you can see, the hand number, oops, piece of paper. Comes with a really nice looking digipack, which is very, very typical for Transcending Obscurity. This doesn't really do the justice for this kind of embossed cover here. As you can probably see and feel, this is kind of a thick cardboard. Not necessarily something that you can see on a video so much as when you're grabbing it with your hands. I mean, there are literally quite a difference between different cardboard digipack qualities, and as such, some of them are more like thin paper and some of them are really like more like thick, more valuable feeling, if you get my meaning. Now, as you can probably see, there is no booklet, so all you have here, which is actually quite a lot, I mean, given the different art here, there is a lot of beautiful artsy feeling with this one, having this kind of a poisonous, toxic green color, Swamp Thing anyone, and this black and green packaging is, in my opinion, a delightful thing for your sore eyes. Now, if only you get to like the music, this is exactly a gift for you. Now, let's talk about that a little bit. So, Gateway comes from Belgium, started around 2014, were split up later on after first album and some EPs, but came back a couple of years later, at least according to Metal Archives. Never 100% trust any of this information here. While it's most likely very, very accurate, sometimes there are small mistakes and all that stuff. So if you take a look at this complete discography, however, you will see like there are no gaps basically, just normal pace of albums and EPs coming out since 2014. And now 9 years later, Galgendood, the second album, is indeed out, and this is some 30 minutes of death doom. And 30 minutes is more than enough for this kind of stuff. First, let's make it clear. This album is a little bit imbalanced. There are lots of good things, especially early on in the album. Towards the end you feel a little bit like betrayed. That is kind of a harsh word to say, but let me explain. Let me rephrase the whole thing here. Thing here is, when you can hear the first tunes, you will figure out why this is death doom. It's kind of like Winter and Bolt Thrower's second album making love and giving birth to this beautiful mutated body baby. That is, it's very heavy, it's very brutal, it's dark, kind of a sinister. In a way, kind of a death doom sibling to some black metal stuff. And that is a good thing. I mean, it sounds so heavy and brutal in a way, even though it's not about fast tempo or super guttural vocals, that it's like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So no wonder really that Gateway was taking part of some Bolt Thrower compilation or tribute album whatsoever at some point, because in a certain ways this kind of reminds those Realms of Chaos kind of thing, but more in the doomier or death doom ways. This is the kind of a weird, cousin to the whole thing. But as said, towards the end you start losing the feeling that this is captivating, because the point where this album kind of fails to do is, or loses the ball, whatever kind of a metaphor you're looking for, is that it's not really catchy. I mean, it's more like one super lengthy song happening, and structure-wise, it's not so compelling as you might get the feeling about a couple of first songs. So it's almost like, yeah, atmospheric-wise, top-notch. Everything is right there. Can't really bitch about production and what have you. But when it comes to, like, do you remember individual song or even a riff here and there? I'm like, nope. So I'm kind of on a verge of saying, yes, I like it. And then again, I'm so like, yeah, but if only it was a little bit better. So my final verdict when it comes to score is 7 out of 10. For the good things, production, the overall feeling, and especially the early parts of the album. Like, yeah, that's a 8 or so. But towards the end you're kind of like more like bound to say, maybe it's more lukewarm, it's like around 6 or 6.5. Don't give a shit about scores in the end. What matters is if you like Doom Death, if you like it heavy, you don't mind it kind of a slow mid-tempo parts and all that stuff, yes, go for it. Especially if you like Winter, the classic US band, which was probably the first one to really, nail doom and death metal together, like perfect marriage made in hell and all that stuff. And if you like early Bolt Thrower when things were not exactly so death metallic, so melodic and all that stuff, except with their first album, which is kind of a grindy. So mid-tempo, slow tempo, death metal, girly vocals, so kind of a doomy also. This is what Galgendood is all about. And I hope the band keeps honing and polishing this style because it's something interesting, but it's not there yet. Not for gold medal anyway. But this being said, check out the album. It's been out since July 21st and the LP version is supposed to be out fall 2023 if I'm not mistaken. So whatever physical product you want, this is the time to be eyes and ears peeled for that. I already like the CD, so probably the vinyl version will be more beautiful and all that stuff. Check out the band, you will find links provided in the description box. So what are you waiting for? Click and listen. Bye bye.